Okay. Hi, everyone. First, I'll 일단 공유를 좀 하고 잠시만요.
제가 먼저 소개할게요.
네, 알겠습니다.
네, so hello everyone and welcome back for another dental student informational session with WebSF S. Today we're joined by Herry Yu, a D1 student at Seoul National University School of Dentistry. So thank you so much for joining us today, Harry. And whenever you're ready, you are free to begin.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Herry from Korea. I'm a dental student in Seoul National University School of Dentistry. Today, I'm gonna talk about my journey to be a dental student. You can compare your school with mine during pre-dental course. And if you're a high school student who prepares for SNU School of Dentistry pre-dental course, or an undergraduate student who prepares for dental course, it's something to take note of. So let's get started. Okay, I'll go on these contents. First, why a dentist? Second, which process? Third, school lives. And lastly, my vision to be a dentist. First of all, I feel deeply about healthy life. I believe I can live a happy life doing things uninterrupted only by staying healthy. So what is the definition of health? Organization. Health is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. I want this state of health as a means of achieving happy life and want to help others to achieve it as well. And that's why I dreamed of curing ill patients or of lessening the pain. Disease is not merely a body breaking down, but also the body and mind going through pain. I wanted to be someone who listens to sick people and cares for their mind as well. And that's why I want to study dentistry. When I was in high school, I volunteered at a residential accommodation for the visually impaired. I met an elderly woman who had a hard time speaking because of the cerebral palsy. It was not easy to understand her, but we would walk around the residence building talking about her life. Because she walked slow, we were always one of the last teams to get back to the residence. One time, she said that she felt bad for me, but thanked me for taking time for walking. I was so touched with her at that moment. I realized that keeping pace with others is meaningful. In my senior year in high school, I heard she was diagnosed with the Parkinson's. I felt really sad, but started wondering about the disease and how to cure it. I learned Parkinson's disease can be treated by the stem cell. At that time, I was fascinated by the regenerative medicine. As an undifferentiated cell, it looked like a magical instrument which could regenerate the impaired tissue. As I was getting to know that the stem cell is being used to repair various tissues, the stem cell of alveolar bone, which was being extensively studied in Japan, attracted my attention. At that time, I want to regenerate one of the most important structures of our body, teeth. After I studied dentistry in earnest, I gradually feel how important our mouth is. In fact, I am personally crazy about eating and cooking. When we eat, teeth and gums are so important as a passage with outside of our body. And human as a communicative being, the beauty of the face, and the mouth structure are playing an important role. Although mouth is a small part of our body, it plays an essential role of a passage between our body and outside the world. Also between our brain and gut, so that affects microbiology circulation inside our body. My role model dentist calls our mouth the universe. As he clearly describes, our mouth is so important as a way to health. And that's why I'm so happy that I can be a dentist who studies our body and helps others control our health. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. In Korea, medical and dental school are the most difficult to get in. So only the students who excel at their studying in every subject can be admitted. Students can enter a Seoul National University School of Dentistry in 3 ways. First, you have to be the top student in your class in terms of GPA. Second, you have to show your vision as a future dentist. Lastly, you have to get a good grade at Suneun, which is a Korean SAT. I got into SNU dentistry through the second way. To show your clear vision to professors, you not only have to get good grades, but also prepare for the admission process with a dream to be a dentist in mind. On top of keeping good grades, you also need to be actively involved in extracurriculars like clubs, reading books, or volunteering. For example, I was a member in biology experiment club, medical club, and basketball club. And I read books about biology, medicine, and humanities. I volunteered 150 hours at residence for the visually impaired, local children's center, and physiotherapy clinic. Now I'll tell you some tips to prepare school reports. First, how to prepare academics. Number 1, studying steadily. I consist on studying hard since I entered high school. I made my great effort to every exams. Number 2, analyzing my score. After I took the exam, I always analyzed the wrong answers of mine and made my own report about what I did well and what I did in taking the exam. And then I redeemed my mistake at the next exam. This is so important because it's not the grade itself which affects admission, but the improvement that you get. And number 3, this was what I was not good enough in high school days. Having a break. Last days, I felt somewhat guilty when I had a break time between my studying time. I lost the efficiency in studying because my brain needs real break. I remember on the senior year of high school, my teacher told me I looked like someone who were pressed for time. In the last semester, I finally realized having a rest and taking my time is so important to continue my work. If you are going to be a dentist, you have to study for a long time. I believe I will study until I die. So now I'm trying to have a balance in working and resting and have a space time to catching up my schedule. It's even better because I can be absorbed in both. Next, tips to extracurriculars. Try it even if it looks difficult to achieve. For example, I engaged in a lot of contests regardless of the results. Even though you are not awarded, the important thing is that you are changed and motivated. Second, record it. If you try everything, it is important to write down the procedure you prepare and your feelings. Again, it's so important that how you change it after the activities. So recording your change will be helpful when you are making your school reports. Next, when the time you have to apply SNU School of Dentistry, you need to send the resume. I will give you 2 tips to write it. Number 1, you may have a difficulty in choosing the activities you will write about on your resume, because you have to show what you realized and learned from them. As to choose the example for prejudice or the examples that you overcame the difficulties. Second, this is also very important when you are applying medical or dental school, because all the applicants have a good grade enough in their high school days. You have to show the professors how much you love dentistry and how much you're prepared to study it. You have to show your passion to them. In order to do this, it's necessary to show how well you understand the career. Who is the dentist? What are they doing? And which duties they have? For example, I think dentists are someone who studies human. They study medical science and cure patients, showing my meaningful curricular memories. You need to repeat mature consideration before and while you are writing the resume, and even after you get into the school. You need to pass the interview, which assesses your personality as a dentist. You'll be asked of how you live the high school life based on your application. Also, you'll be evaluated through MMI, multiple mini interview, which evaluates your reaction in the given situation. For example, I was asked how I studied biology. I replied with an example that I described the process DNA transcribed to RNA as a zipper. Next, there were 2 rooms for MMI. In the first room, I was asked that if I am a school president, whether I would collect money from friends or volunteer for helping local nursing home. I replied I thought it would be more efficient to volunteer and talk with the elders who need friends, rather than because we can give a practical help with money when we actually earn it. Some professors nodded kindly, but others gave a skeptical response. But even at this time, please don't be discouraged while interviewing. Just elaborate your opinion, not losing courtesy to the professors. This is because the process of the interview is also the test if you can communicate well. Okay, now let's move on to the next stage. The unique process. I'll introduce unique process in most Korean dental school and SNU. It's pre-dental course that is the most unique process in Korean dental school. Students who enter the pre-dental course have a great advantage because they can directly move up to the dental course so that they can contemplate their own image of a dentist early on. Especially, you will have 3 years of bachelor dental course between us and 4 years of master's course in SNU School of Dentistry, so that you will get an integrated degree after graduation. 45 students enter the school through the pre-dental course, and another 45 students enter the school through dental course. During 3 years in bachelor's course, I have lots of freedom to choose from science and humanities classes. Now I'm gonna tell you my pre-dental life. SNU School of Dentistry have a special curriculum for pre-dental course. All students conduct 4 big projects for 4 semesters. We make a team of 5 to 7 students and 1 professor. Then we make ground rules, establish the topic, and present why this project should be studied. If you can persuade other classmates and professors, you will discuss how you will solve the topic. You can do anything you want, such as conducting campaigns, holding seminars, or volunteering. To sum up all of the process, you'll present the project results. Through the curriculum, I learned teamwork, problem-solving skills, and grew confident while asking questions we made. What do we establish for the research topics? We make questions and study about sex education in 20s, North Korean defectors, children, the elderly, economy, society, and culture. Curriculum because I could study deeply what I am really curious about with my teammates. Also, I learned my strength during the curriculum. For example, first, I do well in conducting projects as well as I love it. Second, I love studying together rather than studying by myself. Lastly, I feel a sense of satisfaction when I make or improve a system rather than I just follow the system passively. The pre-dental course of SNU School of Dentistry gave me lots of valuable lessons. Also, another advantage of being a pre-dental school student in SNU is that you can get almost any course. Because SNU School of Dentistry pursue a whole person education, we can freely choose the courses. In my case, I took biology and chemistry classes in order to learn more about biology, and took the nutrition classes because I'm interested in food and nutrition. And I took the courses on peacekeeping, English, writing, reunification of Korea Peninsula, culture and illness, and also AI creativity classes, and etc. I love saying that all part of our life is a travel. Human grows up with encounter of new and difficult challenges. Experiencing new things is a travel, and that's what I feel deeply every day when I first went to Seoul National University. I love myself growing up every day, and finally, I want to be a wise person. I thought now it's time to experience the world outside the textbook. Therefore, I constantly accepted grown up every day. First, I tried to be an independent person while being cooperative. I volunteered for 6 weeks in the US and Greece each, and traveled alone for 2 weeks afterwards. I learned independence by getting out of my comfort zone. Also, I'm a member of a traveling club, traveling with about 10 friends together. Through the experience that we debate where to go, when to go, I learned the meaning of living together. Second, I have lots of interests in Korean reunification in the field of dentistry. And I want to contribute to elevating the I met many people from North Korea and volunteered or had a book club with them. And I made a forum about dental exchange between the two Koreas. So far, I dreamed of spreading awareness of Korean dental fields to the world. Now I'm introducing my school to the world. How incredible. Third, I try to learn diverse skills and control myself. I played the cello, exercised, read books, and did a lot of activities. For 3 years as a pre-dental student, I enjoyed my valuable journey a lot. I learned a great deal about myself in the process of preparing for this presentation, and I believe this would be stepping stone for a deeper understanding of myself and who I want to be in the future. Now I moved on to the dental course this year. As a first grade in dental course, I studied dentistry in earnest. During first semester, which was last semester for me, I learned basic science such as histology, anatomy, microbiology, etc., and gradually learn more about clinical science, for example, operative dentistry, orthodontist, etc., etc. In the first and second year, students have practical exercise in laboratory. Last semester, I did wax ups and wax carving. In the third and fourth year, students learn clinical affairs while working in dental hospital. By experiencing various medical subjects such as oral medicine, oral surgery, periodontology, dental radiology, students meet patients and get ready to be dentists. For the last 3 years, I was in Densangbo, which is the name of pre-dental orchestra. I played the cello. And I was in Gwenari, which means backpack for travel in Korean. And this year, I moved on to dental course. I am now in SNU Rowing Club and Search, which is a new journal club for SNU Dentistry. SNU Rowing Club will celebrate 16th anniversary next year. We go to Hanam Misari Rowing Stadium every Sunday morning. Every summer, we have a special training in preparation of the rowing competition for about 1 month. Last July, we ran, trained on rowing boats, and trained on rowing machine. Exercising for a full semester let me gain physical strength a lot. And I feel very good because of the excitement after exercising. We strengthen the bond among the crew members exercising together. A very great sporting activity that can be helpful to be a dentist because I can strengthen the necessary muscles. In News Club Search, I gather news materials, write articles, and promoting my school on Instagram. Because I've dreamed of boasting my school to the worldwide, I'm very proud of this activity. If you are curious about my club, please check Instagram. Okay, this is the last part. So I'm deeply interested in the balance and health of our body. So I want to be a dentist who could advise on the bodily balance through mouth, not just one who only cured teeth and gum. My role model dentist, who also graduated from SNU Dentistry, is Hae-sung Kim. He sees our body as a holobiome which coexists with microorganisms inside our body. To do that, he believes that the food should work like a medicine as well as working out hard. He also insists on taking the medicine as little as possible. I admire his philosophy and also believe that we need to control our body well so that it functions. I remember a quote from a book I recently read, which is, "Do not push our body to exceed the limits, but to draw our potential out of our body to the limits." I would like to be a dentist who could draw the maximum potential of our body. So what's in my mind after the first semester in master's course? So far, during in high school days and in pre-dental course, I studied for self-satisfaction. But after I moved the master's course, I felt responsibility to study dentistry to see patients. Dentists should meet the qualifications for getting my grades to get good grades has been cut back a little, and I'm studying because I feel a sense of responsibility. So dentists are not someone who only study. Dentists take care of patients. I have to not only study from the textbook, but also improve myself in making times, introducing kindly, and being confident to give trust to patients. I want to be a dentist who is not perfect, but reliable. I will be a dentist who cares patients' teeth, health, and life. Okay, thank you for listening to my long journey to be a dental school student. I hope it was helpful to your any insights. If you have any further questions, want to talk with me or to be friends, please contact me on Instagram. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Harry, for joining us. We have a question in the chat asking, does SNU provide any type of scholarship for international students? 유학생들에게도 혹시 서울대학교가 장학금을 제공해 주나요? 라고 물어보는데.
지금 연결이 좀 끊겨서 잘 안 들렸는데 한 번만 다시 말해 주실래요?
그 질문 중에 하나가 그 서울대학교도 유학생들에게 장학금을 지급해 주는지 알고 싶다고 물어봤어요.
아, 그 치대가 아니라 서울대를 말씀하시는 거면은 그 유학생들에게 장학금 줄 것 같은데 그거는 제가 잘 모르겠네요. 죄송합니다.
So she says that she's not sure, but I'm pretty sure that the SNU also has financial aid for international students. So thank you so much, Harry, for joining us today. We don't have a post-session quiz because she's a dental student, but thank you so much for all of you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.